Now, many people have heard a lot about stem cells, but now we're hearing talks about exosomes. So what are exosomes compared to stem cells, and how do they benefit the average person out there that may have an ailment or illness or sickness that they're dealing with? Dr. Lee, let's begin with you giving us the basic explanation of stem cell versus exosomes.
Sure. So stem cells are the natural cells that are derived from wart jelly. As you know, stem cells are the universal cells, so they're the strongest cells known to mankind. So when a sperm and an egg join together, that produces the stem cell. That stem cells then become the entire human being, right, from bone to skin to brain to everything. So that's known as the omnipotent cells, meaning that it can become pretty much anything. So that's what we've been talking about for years and years. But what we didn't realize is that the stem cells produces vesicles known as exosomes. Now, these vesicles are secreted out of the stem cells, and what these exosomes have is they have a lot of interleukins and growth hormones that help repair and help heal our body. So when these exosomes enter our body, it seeks out those inflammatory markers and help them. So now getting back to the stem cells are made from inside of wart jelly. So what we do is we get donated wart jelly or umbilical cord from healthy mothers. Then we work with our partner, a renowned medical university. They would then grow these stem cells and then isolate the stem cells and the exosomes. And so they extract the stem cells, they extract all the DNA, and they're leaving just the exosomes. So there are no possibility of infection or side reaction from these exosomes because there's no DNA involved. And then the exosomes are further programmed to seek out all of the inflammatory markers. And then those stem cells are then sent to us through supreme rejuvenation to be used in human bodies. So once these exosomes gets in there, then that's where it does the work.
And Jonathan, what type of illnesses, diseases, or ailments do you guys use the exosomes on individuals at Supreme Rejuvenation?
So we've been using them for diabetes, Isaiah. We've been using them for lupus patients. We've been using it on brain injury patients. And actually, there's studies going on by physicians all over the world for mesenchymal exosomes. And people can look it up. And it helps about 150 diseases. And there are physicians studying it all over the world. So if you Google mesenchymal exosomes with the disease you have, you can see a study on that disease, on how exosomes can help you.
So, Jonathan, for those who may have an illness or a disease, this doesn't promise a cure. This promise to help them. Exactly how?
Okay, so because these are extracted from a human umbilical cord, they're already the strongest stem cells known to man. What they do at the university, they feed them and grow them, and they give them growth factors. So when they're entered into the blood or a certain area, shoulder, they act like targeted missiles, and they attack any damaged tissue or inflammation. The majority of your diseases are caused by inflammation. So that's what happens. These things go in and attack, and they communicate intercellular. So they communicate cell to cell and ask your cells to start repairing the damaged area, whether it's a bad ligament or it's a kidney or it's even in the brain. These things break the blood-brain barrier, and there's even studies with the NFL going on for brain injury. The NBA is using it. The NHL is using it, and tons of celebrities are using it. It's getting really popular, Isaiah. But we're I don't know why, but Houston just needs to get on board, and people need to realize that this is out there.
And Dr. Lee, obviously you guys are careful about saying it cures something or it's a miracle drug. When we say you can use it on brain injuries, how would that person benefit if you use exosomes on brain injuries?
So it's the size of the cells that matter. So the stem cells are actually very big cells, and exosomes are vesicles that are much, much smaller cells. So the exosomes are capable, in our study, of passing the blood-brain barrier. So between our brain and our body, there's a blood-brain barrier that prevents a lot of infection from going up there, including a lot of the normal cells. And it's based on size. So exosomes are small enough to enter the blood-brain barrier and help repair. And again, you got to keep in mind that these exosomes go in and seek out all inflammatory markers, including histamine, prostaglandins, et cetera, to get into certain areas of inflammation. So when you have traumatic brain injury, as you can see in the NFL or the NBA, then these cells get in there through an IV process that we do, and they'll cross the blood-brain barrier and help those patients. And we're very careful about saying cure because we don't know that for a fact. We're still doing a lot of studies to see, but I can tell you that the result has been very, very amazing. We've seen a lot of good success from this.